Creating content can feel heavy, like suffocating sometimes. Whether you're a beginner who doesn't even know where to start, or you're advanced but you find yourself overcomplicating every single detail. It can feel like you do it all, but nothing changes. To be honest, it's like looking in the mirror sometimes or stepping on a scale every single day to see a weight go up or down. As we know from these examples, we should rather look for the key drivers that provide long-term results, getting us from A to B. And there are 3 fundamentals of creating good content that I want to talk about in this video. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Max. I'm a freelance videographer and editor. Working in the space for brands and other creators, I started to see a pattern, and all of them prioritize 3 things. It really hit me when I recently rewatched my very first YouTube videos. I haven't seen them in years, and I expected them to be super cringe. And sure, maybe they were a little awkward, but they weren't as bad as I thought. And some of them even pulled better views than I do right now. But why? The production quality has definitely improved by now. It's because I neglected to work on the basics. Because comparing myself back then to now, or looking at other people's first videos versus the current ones, all of them get the basics right. And I'm not talking about fancy sound design or cinematic color grading. That's nice and can help, but I believe that you can break it down using the Pareto principle. 20% of what you do drives 80% of the results, and the remaining 80% of effort delivers the other 20%. And the basics are the 20% that drive 80% of the results. However, the premise of all of this is to have a good idea first. But don't overthink this part. If you're highly interested in something, chances are high people find it interesting as well. The question that rather arises is, how do you turn any of your ideas into great content? For that, you need those 3 fundamentals. So what are the basics, the 20% that make or break great content? Let's start with the backbone of any video. Audio. And when I say backbone, I mean it literally. Without clear audio, nothing else matters. Clarity over everything. You can have the most cinematic visuals, the fanciest edits, perfect lighting, but if your audio is bad, people aren't sticking around. Bad audio makes a video unwatchable. I've seen it firsthand. I've made videos with terrible visuals, just me rambling with low confidence, but okay audio. And people still watched it. And I've also done the opposite. Crisp visuals, beautiful edits, but the audio was off. People clicked away. They even complained. So how do you get it right? Don't overcomplicate things. Your first focus is a clear, understandable voice. That's it. You don't need fancy editing software or post-processing yet. Your options are simple: an external microphone on an arm, a clip-on mic, like a wireless camera mic, or even a phone-compatible option, or record separately on your phone using your voice memo app and sync it later. Any of these work, as long as your voice comes through cleanly. Here's an important distinction. Clarity is not the same as audio mastering afterward. Don't start obsessing over EQ, noise reduction, or bass boosting. Those are the extra, the 80% effort of the 20% results. Start with being understandable first. Make sure your audience can hear you clearly. Everything else can come later. A common mistake I see here, and I've done it myself, is trying to polish bad audio instead of fixing the source. Don't do that. Fix the foundation first. Clear audio isn't optional. It's the first step toward a watchable, engaging video. Once you've checked this box, you can look into lighting. Here's the truth. Bad lighting ruins a video. It doesn't matter how expensive your camera is or how sick your setup looks. If your lighting is off, your video suffers. I've seen iPhone videos outperform setups that cost thousands, all because the lighting was clear and intentional. You don't need to overcomplicate this. Just ask yourself, can people see what's happening? Can they understand the scene? That's your first priority. Everything else is secondary. Lighting isn't just functional, it sets the mood. Bright, clear light works for general talking, vlogs, casual explanations. Dark and moody, perfect for storytelling, suspense, or scary stories. And natural light is your best friend. But notice, when I'm outside facing the sun, people can see my face. That's great, but if the sun is my back, however, it's overexposed and I'm blown out. That's bad. Again, ask yourself, can people see what's happening? If yes, you're on the right track. Intensity, style, and color can come later. Simplicity works. Many viral videos are shot on phones, with nothing but clear, understandable lighting. They succeed because viewers can instantly see and focus on the content. Advanced techniques like color contrast, rim lights, negative fill, adjusting Kelvin temperatures, those are for later. Getting the basics right get you most of the result. However, if you want to start with a lighting setup, I'd recommend beginning with a simple 3-point setup. 2 lights in front of you at roughly a 45-degree angle, one slightly stronger than the other, and one backlight for subtle separation that gives you a halo effect. That's it. Contrast, clarity, and depth without overthinking. Just get any softbox on Amazon or a ring light. Or even a bright monitor facing your face can work. Or, as I just mentioned, just sit next to a window and use natural light. I'll be honest, looking back at my old videos, some of the simplest lighting setups looked the best. They were clear, readable, and effective. Today I sometimes overcomplicate things, chasing cinematic perfection, and ironically, it can reduce clarity. There's a hidden cost to over-designed setups. slower shoots, fewer videos and less consistent output. For solo creators like me, that trade-off is immense. Lighting isn't about showing off gear. It's about making your audience see and feel what you want them to. Nail that first and your camera becomes secondary. Lastly, let me share how you package everything together. Structure and delivery, that's the engine. Without it, nothing moves. I combined these two as a third foundation because structure is basically the theory of how you want to convey your idea and delivery is the execution of it. Let me start with structure. Every video, no matter the format, tutorial, vlog, cinematic story, review, follows a simple but powerful pattern. Beginning, middle and end. That's it. Might sound oversimplified now, but let me explain. The beginning contains your hook and context. It answers the question, what is this about? Why should the viewer care? It creates curiosity and clarity. Maybe it shows proof of expertise or a unique angle that you can bring to the table. Tutorials might start with a question to retain attention. Vlogs might explain the purpose of an overarching theme. Whatever it is, this part sets the stage for what's to come. Then comes the middle, the meat of your video, built from chapters, segments or topics. Tutorial explains steps or tips. Vlogs have some sort of action, thoughts or events that progress the story. Reviews explain different features or aspects. Cinematic storytelling has narrative advancement. All types of content have some form of progression. Even gaming videos, challenges or documentaries. Every video must move forward, deliver knowledge, advance toward a goal, evolve the story. In between these chapters, you want to bridge them. Think of it like a presentation. You transition from topic A to topic B. So let's say topic A is about healthy eating habits and topic B is about the benefits of working out. You could simply transition by saying something like, eating well is just part of the equation for a healthy life, but you also need to understand how to retain and build muscle. And then you would continue talking about topic B. These transitions, which I also like to call bridges, could be B-roll, so additional footage, title cards, overlays or something else. They help maintain flow and engagement while giving your audience clear structure and breaks to digest what just happened. Bridges adapt to the format. Vlogs often use multiple clips to indicate a location change, tutorial may use a title card, documentaries may use music to signal transitions. Knowing you can break down your video structure into multiple segments helps deliver your idea clearly. Finally, the end, the outro, the wrap up. Here you can summarize, recap or add a call to action, like comment, subscribe or link somewhere. Adapt it to your format. Educational content might reinforce learning, reviews might recap pros or cons, vlogs might leave viewers with a thought or feeling. Sometimes a simple, I've hoped you learned something, thanks for watching, I will see you in the next one, is enough. But if you have additional thoughts, this is the time to share them. But structure is only half of the equation. See what I just did there? The other half is delivery. Delivery is the execution of your structure. The main rule, everything must be engaging. Doesn't matter if your content is educational, motivational or something else. If it's boring, people won't watch. Think of a professor at uni with incredible knowledge but a monotone delivery. Students will fall asleep. Here, falling asleep means clicking off your video. How do you engage? Just trying to be engaging can help a lot. Even small improvements in your voice, tone, pacing or energy can dramatically increase engagement. Beyond that, switch up visuals occasionally. Static to moving shots, talking heads to b-roll, graphics or text. Layer in audio, music, sound effects, total variation in your voice. The goal is to maintain attention without overcomplicating. I know this may sound like I'm overcomplicating already, but I'm giving examples. Adapt it what fits your preference. Educational content? Use a whiteboard or sticky notes. Vlogs outside, switch locations. At home, add extra footage on top of what you're saying. Any visual change ever so often works. Just remember, if something distracts from the information, remove it. But if it doesn't distract, it's likely engaging. All these basics still need practice and iteration. Delivery improves over time, just like audio and lighting. Every tweak compounds. Every experiment teaches something. That's how the engine starts running smoothly. To wrap up this point, delivery also applies to your video's title and thumbnail. I could make a whole video on this alone, but generally speaking, think of the professor in the university example I gave earlier. Instead of him speaking in a monotone voice, which turns viewer off, not getting an engaging title and thumbnail means people won't even sign up for the professor's class in the first place. So instead calling it Physics 101, he should have named it How We Got to Space. Misunderstanding your title and thumbnail means they won't even click on your video. And it also means none of the other tips I just gave matter at all. To give you a quick rundown of what you should keep in mind when creating a title and thumbnail, think about literal packaging with intention and keeping context in mind. If you're buying groceries, the items on the shelves with unique colors, interesting fonts, and overall a unique look compared to the rest of the items tend to win. But keep context in mind. Using neon colors for your new energy drink might make it blend in with the competition, whereas a toned down elegant version could give you a chance to stand out. But be careful though, your packaging also signals what people might expect. If you go for neon colored water, you might stand out on a shelf, but a lot of people might not gravitate toward it because it signals cheap, not premium quality, and it can feel artificial. As you can see, this gets very nuanced, but the goal of this video is to keep things simple and not overcomplicated. So just try to think about what is the goal of this video or its message. Let me give you a quick example. If you're doing a tutorial on how to get fit, show apps. This way you show the goal without giving away the process. If you're making a week in your life vlog, show one key moment to highlight a goal without showing the full process of how you got there. Then, to accommodate that, use specific but brief language to indicate what the video is about. So instead of naming your video how to get fit, try something like how I got abs in 6 weeks while eating chocolate. At the end of the day, just have fun with the whole process. Iterate and find out what works best for you. But I'm sure if you revisit these basics once in a while, they can give you a great foundation to make your first videos or realign your current videos. At least that's what I'm gonna do with my own content. So to wrap this up, mastering the fundamentals consistently beats overcomplicating everything else. Nail audio, lighting and structure. Get these right and you're already most of the way there. Without them, nothing else matters. Fancy color grading, effects, cinematic shots, they're nice, but they can't save a shaky core. So start where you are, focus on the core and trust the process. Your audience will notice. And more importantly, so will you. And as always, if you like these color grades, my fonts or any other presets, they're all available in my store. The link is down below in the description. It's a huge help to the channel and I really appreciate it. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, leave the word skeleton in the comments so I know who stuck around until the end. Thanks again for watching until the very end, and I will catch you guys in the next one.